Hey, I'm Jessica. If you love cars as much as I do, you're in the right place. From drifting car days to uncovering the world's most iconic rides, gear up and subscribe to Race with Jessica for non-stop car fun.
For years, the Nissan Rogue has been one of America's best-selling compact SUVs, appealing to families and commuters with its spacious interior and competitive pricing. It built a reputation as a practical choice for those seeking an affordable entry into the SUV market. But beneath that attractive exterior lies a troubling history of mechanical failures, safety concerns, and quality issues that continue to plague even recent models. We bring you 7 reasons why you shouldn't buy a 2026 Nissan Rogue. Number 7. CVT transmission reliability. The single most catastrophic issue with the Nissan Rogue is its continuously variable transmission. This isn't just a minor annoyance, it's a reliability nightmare that has haunted the Rogue across multiple generations. Owners report shuddering, jerking, delayed acceleration, slipping gears, complete transmission failure, and overheating that forces vehicles into limp mode where power is severely restricted. The numbers tell a disturbing story. Since 2010, the CVT failure rate during the warranty period and shortly after has been nearly 6%. That means 1 out of every 17 Rogues experiences transmission failure before or just after warranty coverage ends. When these transmissions fail, and history shows they often do, replacement costs typically range between $4,500 and $5,300. That's a devastating expense for a vehicle that's supposed to be budget-friendly. Even in 2026, despite Nissan's claims of improvements, the fundamental CVT design remains problematic. Multiple class action lawsuits have been filed against Nissan specifically for CVT issues affecting various model years. This indicates widespread and acknowledged problems that the manufacturer has struggled to resolve adequately across nearly 2 decades of production. All in all, the 2026 Rogue continues to use a transmission technology that has proven unreliable, expensive to repair, and potentially dangerous when failures occur at highway speeds. Number 6. Safety system malfunctions. The 2026 Nissan Rogue might be cheaper than some competition, but we're not sure if it's worth the risk when it comes to safety system reliability. While modern Rogues come equipped with advanced driver assistance features, these systems have a troubling track record of malfunction. The forward collision avoidance system falsely detects objects that aren't there and applies the brakes unnecessarily. This can be dangerous at high speeds, with nearby vehicles following behind you. Imagine cruising down the highway at 70 miles per hour when your vehicle suddenly slams on the brakes for no reason, with traffic right behind you. The automatic emergency braking system has been reported to malfunction on railroad tracks, bridges, and intersections, causing sudden braking in situations where it shouldn't activate. Even worse, there are reports of actual brake failures at speeds around 30 miles per hour, leading to collisions, sometimes without airbag deployment even during impact. For a vehicle marketed as safe and family-friendly, these safety system failures represent a serious concern. When the very systems designed to protect you become unpredictable hazards themselves, the value proposition falls apart completely. Number 5. Engine performance issues. Here comes another aspect, where the 2026 Rogue continues to struggle with problems that have persisted across model years. Recent complaints paint a concerning picture of engine reliability that goes beyond normal wear and tear. Owners report intermittent stalling that leaves them stranded in traffic, sudden loss of power when merging onto highways, knocking or banging noises during acceleration that signal internal damage, engine shuddering that makes smooth driving impossible, and frightening noises that suggest serious mechanical problems. The 2023 model alone received 81 engine-related complaints, showing these aren't isolated incidents. Simply, these aren't minor issues that can be ignored. When your engine stalls unexpectedly in traffic or loses power while passing another vehicle, you're putting yourself and others at risk. The frequency of these complaints across multiple model years suggests fundamental design or quality control problems rather than random defects. But when the engine is already problematic from the factory, consistency at causing headaches isn't a selling point. For buyers who expect their vehicle to start reliably and run smoothly for years, the 2026 Rogue's engine track record doesn't inspire confidence. Number 4. Fuel system defects. Without any doubt, one of the most bizarre and persistent problems with recent Rogues is the fuel vapor leak issue. More than 80% of complaints about the 2023 Rogue involve a gasoline smell coming from the engine that permeates the cabin and makes driving unpleasant or even nauseating. What makes this worse is that dealers often acknowledge the problem but claim there's no fix available. Owners are essentially told to live with the smell of gasoline in their supposedly new, safe family vehicle. A class action lawsuit alleges Nissan was aware of the fuel vapor leak defect, but failed to implement a comprehensive fix, leaving thousands of owners with vehicles that smell like gas stations. On the other hand, this isn't just an annoyance, it represents a potential safety hazard. Fuel vapor leaks can indicate broader fuel system problems, and the presence of gasoline fumes in the cabin raises questions about fire risk and long-term health effects from inhaling petroleum vapors. The bottom line is that a brand new vehicle shouldn't smell like gasoline, and the fact that Nissan hasn't provided a real solution for this widespread problem speaks volumes about their commitment to customer satisfaction and quality control. Number 3. Electrical system failures. As a modern SUV loaded with technology, the Rogue depends heavily on its electrical systems functioning properly. Unfortunately, this is another area where the Rogue consistently disappoints owners across multiple model years. The infotainment system suffers from frequent glitches that make basic functions unreliable. Displays suddenly go blank while driving, leaving you without navigation or backup camera assistance. Radio systems malfunction randomly, and the backup camera, a critical safety feature, fails when you need it most. There is also the battery drain issue that occurs even in regularly driven vehicles. Owners report coming out to dead batteries despite driving their Rogues daily and having no obvious electrical draws. This suggests parasitic drain issues in the electrical architecture that Nissan hasn't adequately addressed. Furthermore, these electrical gremlins aren't limited to convenience features. They affect systems you depend on for safe operation of the vehicle. When your backup camera goes dark as you're reversing out of a parking space, or your instrument cluster display fails while driving, these aren't minor inconveniences, they're safety concerns. Still, there are no major recalls addressing these widespread electrical issues, which means owners are left dealing with intermittent problems that are difficult to diagnose and expensive to repair once the warranty expires. Number 2. Build quality and long-term durability. If your ownership plans include keeping your vehicle for more than a few years, then the 2026 Rogue may not be the most ideal choice. The build quality issues extend far beyond the mechanical systems we've already discussed. Owners consistently report problems with rattles, squeaks, and pieces literally falling off the vehicle. Paint peeling occurs prematurely, particularly on roof racks and around the sunroof area, sometimes within the first few years of ownership. Internal rust bubbles form in the paint above the windshield, a problem that body shops report seeing frequently on Rogues. The rust problems go deeper than cosmetics. The front subframe can rust out and require complete replacement. Some relatively new Rogues show severe undercarriage rust. One 2017 model displayed extreme corrosion that made it unsafe to drive. Between 2013 and 2016, over 108,000 Rogues required recalls for corrosion buildup on liftgate stays due to insufficient anti-corrosion coating. There is also the troubling observation from experienced mechanics. Every Nissan Rogue driven over the past 10 years has had issues with build quality. The expectation is that these vehicles become unreliable once they reach 10 years of age, regardless of how well they're maintained. All in all, the Rogue scores just 49.15 in reliability ratings, placing it firmly in the not very reliable category. For a vehicle you're planning to own for years, this track record should raise serious red flags. Number 1. Air conditioning system failures. Here comes what might be the most frustrating widespread defect: catastrophic air conditioning failures that affect thousands of Rogues, particularly 2014 to 2016 models, though the problem persists in newer years as well. The pattern is consistent and maddening. The AC system stops working after 2 to 2.5 hours of highway driving, which becomes torture in hot weather. Nissan dealers report error codes that even their own engineers haven't seen before, leaving owners without solutions. Many owners have been forced to replace entire AC systems on vehicles with only 58,000 to 69,000 miles well before such failures should occur. The AC compressor and condenser fail repeatedly, with dealers unable to provide permanent fixes even after multiple repair attempts. The thermal expansion valve frequently fails, causing the evaporator to freeze into a solid block of ice and completely stop airflow. Owners report spending thousands of dollars trying to fix AC systems that fail again shortly after repair. The difference becomes painfully apparent when you're stuck in summer traffic with no air conditioning in a vehicle that's only a few years old. That initial savings on the purchase price evaporates quickly when you're facing a $2,000, $3,000 AC system replacement that might fail again in another year or two. For many buyers who depend on reliable climate control, especially those in hot climates or with families, the 2026 Rogue's history of AC failures represents a deal breaker. When you combine this with the CVT problems, engine issues, fuel leaks, electrical gremlins, rust concerns, and safety system malfunctions, the pattern becomes clear. The Nissan Rogue has too many systemic problems to recommend as a reliable family vehicle in 2026.
Now, tell me what you think about the 7 reasons why you should not buy Nissan Rogue in 2026 in the comments. And if this reveal impressed you, get a sneak peek on Ford's Super Duty and why you should keep yourself away from it as well, popped on the upper left of your screen.